All right, so no questions again, and he says there's a lot more that needs to be made clear. He was very clear on a couple of things, and David Asman is here with me from Fox Business, fast and furiously fact-checking.
Well, he was very clear in saying, making the same misstatements that Jen Psaki did, saying that we have the highest oil production ever right now. Anybody can look it up on the website. EIA, it's the official energy statistics. In December 2019, we were producing 12.9 million barrels of oil a day. In December 2021, we were producing 11.5 million barrels a day. It's a 1.5 million barrel per day drop since December 2019 at the end of the Trump administration. The fact is we are not producing as much oil as we could, and we could ramp up our oil production to easily replace what we're not getting from Russia.
Well, and that's critical to know because the facts matter here.
Yeah.
Like, you know, our enemies look at that and they know the truth. Venezuela knows, oh my goodness, we can do a little bit of a jig today because America's going to buy some oil from us. I don't know, maybe Iran's thinking the same thing.
Well,
and look, the Saudis are over there. They're listening to the president get ready to beg for more release from OPEC.
And what are the Chinese thinking? I think the Chinese are thinking, oh boy, we get to sneak in some Russian oil because we can go under the radar, get the oil in there at a discount. While Americans are spending a fortune more on oil, we get oil cheaper here by dealing with the Russians.
All right, Peter Doocy, correspondent, often in those briefings, as we know, asking those questions. So as he was talking, the president, Peter sent this out. The White House has said we don't have strategic interest in cutting off Russian oil. I know where he's going here, but I want to give you a couple of examples. Today is
the 8th.
Okay. So the 3rd, okay, Jen Psaki, White House press secretary, said, we don't have a strategic interest in reducing the global supply of energy, and that would raise prices at the gas pump for the American people. On the 2nd, we don't have a strategic interest in reducing the global supply of energy. That was the deputy press secretary. Also, our objective is to ensure that there is the greatest economic pain on Russia and not on the Russian people, but on President Putin, and to minimize the impact on the American people. So they have said time and time again, what changed? It could not have been the horrible images and realities of death and war, because those have been going on for 13 days. What do you think was the calculus to get the president to this point today?
Because of the fact that they're blaming the price increases on Russia. All of the price increases, as I mentioned before, in December, long before the invasion actually took place. It was a very political calculation, I think, on their part. You listen to what Jen Psaki said. She's blaming Russia, the Russian invasion, on the gas price increases. You go back to November of 2020 and look at gas prices right during the election in November of 2020. Gas prices, average gas prices, were $2.11 a gallon. Now, yes, that was during the pandemic and prices went down because people weren't traveling as much. But you go back to right before the pandemic, 2019, prices never got above $3 a gallon. As soon as Biden came into office, prices spiked, not only at the gas pump, but also oil prices spiked, and they've been going up continuously long before the invasion was even in our calculations. So the idea that this is all can be blamed, all the price increases can be blamed on the Russian invasion, is just incorrect. Go ahead, look at EIA. EIA is the official energy statistics on gas prices, on oil production. You can see that everything they're saying to blame gas price increases just on the Russian invasion is wrong. It's wrong, incorrect, and also oil production is not at its highest levels ever. It was much higher in December 2019 than it is now.
All right, we're taking a look, obviously, and we can take that picture up on screen of Air Force One. The president said he was getting ready to head to Texas. He's going to a Naval Air Station, Joint Reserve Base Fort Worth, to meet with the Secretary of Veterans Affairs. He'll talk about VA health care and Texas. What role does Texas play in oil?
Pretty big role.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll talk about oil.
Bigger role. But again, it's just these oil companies are right now. You saw the president put the squeeze on them, saying it's all their fault. All their fault.
You think
he just said
price controls are coming? Because that would hurt.
The bottom line is, when you hear the president talk about price gouging by oil companies, what's the next step for a politician who doesn't understand how markets work? It's price controls. Price controls, one thing that's always true about price controls, they lead to shortages. Private companies will not produce something at a loss because otherwise they lose money. If we have more shortages than we have those long gas lines that we had during the oil embargo in 1970s, where you also had price controls. We're going to see not only higher prices, but long, long lines to get gasoline.
Look, a lot of people wanted to see the president do what he did today a week ago. Whenever he does it, we'll feel it. And what you're saying is let the market shake it out on their own without him putting his thumb on the scale.
Drill here, drill here, drill here. Very simple.
David Asman, Fox Business. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.